Welcome to Diaspora Connect. My name is Rwanda Camp, and I am coming to you live today. I decided to do a live today. It's kind of quiet right now. I am by myself right now in the cafe, so I want to do a quick live video for you today. And I want to say mambo. I want to say abadi. I want to say hello. I want to say greetings, grand rising, and all that great stuff. But anyway, I wanted to come to you today and do a quick video. Today, thank you for my subscribers. I hate to say old subscribers, but thank you for my previous subscribers. Thank you for my new subscribers. I really do appreciate. Um, I really do appreciate all of my subscribers. I am at almost 800 subscribers. Thank you so much to everyone who has taken the time to share and subscribe. Trying to get my videos into circulation. So I would really appreciate if you would like, share, and subscribe as you have always done, as you have been doing. Um, as you have been doing. Anyway, I'm sorry I keep looking at my phone because I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Um, yeah, but I wanted to do this video because some people don't really have an idea of how to efficiently and effectively assimilate into the culture here on the continent of Africa. I am in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Again, this is Diaspora Connect. Welcome to all my uh, previous subscribers. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you for taking the time to view my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get my subscriptions up to 1,000 so I can get monetized. So anyway, I just wanted to come to you today and kind of speak on assimilating comfortably into the continent of Africa. I feel so good today. Excuse me one second. Yes, I'm so sorry. Okay, I had to answer this question real quick. So sorry about that brief delay. I do consults as well. Sometimes I do them on Sundays, so I just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone and forgetting about anyone that I had scheduled a consulting time with today. So I have some pointers or some tips into how to effectively, efficiently assimilate into the culture here. I feel really good today because a brother on one of my videos said that, or sister, a beloved. I'll say a beloved, because sometimes I get confused with the names and I can't tell if it's a female or male. So I say a beloved commented on my video and said that I look Congolese as well as I think they said like someone from Gabon, one of the Bantu there. So I feel so blessed and privileged when I hear these comments because it's just confirming to all of the continent of Africans, to the whole world, that we are descendants um, of the continent. Like, we were stolen from the continent. So we are Africans. We were born and raised in the West, but that does not mean it's our home. I even had a brother ask me today, excuse me, what is your nationality? And I was like, wow, I feel so nice. I was like, as you can see, I am African. And he said, well, yeah, I can see that, but what's your name? So I was like, okay, I was born and raised in America, but of course, I'm African. And he was like, yes, I know. Okay, I wasn't sure. And so I kind of started speaking a little Swahili to him. And he was like, yeah, he said, you're doing well. Just keep practicing. They always encourage me in my Swahili because they're always happy and pleased when we, as foreigners, I would say, or from other countries, come back and we are speaking Swahili. We are learning and we're assimilating. So that's what this video is about: how to comfortably assimilate into the African continent or into whatever country that you decide that you would like to visit or repatriate to. One of the first things that I would recommend, which many of us know, is learn the language. That's a good way to start. Um, Start trying to practice learning the language. Like if you don't take a class like me, I didn't pay for Swahili classes, so I didn't take any classes. So I just practice as I'm moving around the area I live in. I'm the only out foreigner English speaker. Some of the people speak English now. I didn't realize because everybody was speaking Swahili and I didn't know. But some of them do speak. They know English, but they don't really speak it much. So if you get in areas that where you're around a lot of locals and you get to practice more often than just being only around English speakers all the time. So I'm mainly around more Tanzanians than I am around Americans or English speakers. So I get to practice more often. So it gets to flow a little bit more naturally for me. So I'm really happy about that. This has also helped me to be able to comfortably assimilate into the country, into the environment. Also, if you could, like, I don't want people to think I'm trying to ask you to change who you are and who you were created to be. If you feel comfortable with the way you dress, that's fine. But if you want to blend in and if you want to feel a little bit more comfortable in that when you go places, you're not like completely standing out, I would recommend that you try to adopt some of the culture in terms of like the way they dress and the way, for example, if you're female, the way the women dress, mainly wear dresses, skirts, and they're very ladylike. Yes, this is a modest country, so they also cover. So you'll be proud of me today. You'll be proud of me today because I actually put today. So I have my tank top dress on, and I actually did a cover wrap today. So you will be so pleased with me. I'm trying to get better at kind of covering my shoulders because I have a couple of dresses that are like, a strap like this. So I'm trying to do more wraps like this. I have a bunch of these that I wrap around my head and everything, and you can use them for a wrap around your shoulders. You can use them for like as a skirt or sarong. You can use them even if you have a baby and you want to carry the baby. You can use that. So they use these wraps for different reasons, and so I used it today to wrap around my shoulders so I would look a little bit more modest. So. Um, and I decided to wear my favorite earrings today. I've been trying to kind of lay off a lot of jewelry just to be a little bit more natural, But these are my favorite earrings because they have that South African vibe to the colors, and it's something about them that I just really love. So I did wear these today. And I feel so special when I wear these. I have a necklace to match too. So, but yeah, I did wear these today. But so that's another way that you can comfortably assimilate into the culture or into the environment. So, language, one, culture, how you dress, your appearance is two. Now, this message is only for people who are wanting to assimilate. Some people come here and they don't care about assimilating. They don't want to. They don't mind just to be, to be seen as a person from the West or a foreigner or whatever. For me, I like to blend in. I like to assimilate in whatever culture or environment I'm in, which is the same. It's like we've been doing it all our lives. Because even in the West, we as African Americans have always had to assimilate into the Western culture, Mzungu culture. So we've always had to assimilate, even in the business arena, work in corporate world. You have to dress, wear suits. We've always had to assimilate. We could never just be who we were created to be or just be ourselves. Um, Many of us cover our hair, we perm it, we color it, we cover it with weave and all that. But it's nice to be able to be who you were created to be, to wear your hair naturally, whether it's gray or kinky or nappy or knotty or whatever you want to call it, full, whatever you want to call it. It's your hair, it comes out of your head. So I would say it feels nice to be able to get up, take a shower, and just do like this and go. It feels nice. You don't have to do a whole lot to it. Here, it's a more of a natural environment here. So a lot of the women are natural. So they don't spend a lot on, like in the West, they don't spend a lot on like the hair and the makeup and the nails and all that. They spend money on other stuff that's more important. Maybe I would say they probably spend more on clothes, shoes, because they have a lot of wraps. They have a lot of like different materials. that they wrap their hair with, and they wear really nice material dresses and stuff. So I think that they probably would spend more on like their dresses and their clothes versus like hair, makeup, and all that. So if that's another way that you can comfortably assimilate into the environment. Another way, because so it's the language, it's the way you dress, and then also, one second, it's loud. Another way you can comfortably assimilate into the environment is if you, um, your personality. I would say tweak it a bit. Again, I'm not trying to say that you have to change who you were created to be. Some people feel like in order to assimilate, they have to like change who they were created to be, you know. But I'm not saying that. I'm saying just consider the fact that you're in another country, in a foreign country, and you don't want to always be looked at as a outsider, as a foreigner, um, wherever you walk or go, whether it's on the beach or anywhere. Because I walk a lot of places by myself, and I wouldn't feel as safe as I do now if I dress more like I'm from the West. So if I wore like tight jeans and short crop tops and spaghetti straps a lot, then I would probably feel a little bit more nervous because it screams foreigner. It screams the West. High heel shoes. I mean, all that stuff screams foreigner, foreigner. And so sometimes you can make yourself a target when you walk around like that, especially when you're by yourself. Now, if you're with a spouse, a boyfriend, husband, and you came here together, I would say a husband, if you came here together, and you're, together, even if you meet someone, a friend, and you're walking with them, it's a little bit different. But when you move around a lot by yourself, like I do, it's best to keep in mind you want to minimize all of the unnecessary and unwanted attention. Dress modestly, kind of cover up a little bit, not too much nakedness. You want to work on your volume, not speaking so loud, because loudly, one thing about women or us from the West is we do talk louder. Like our volume is a lot louder than Tanzanians because they speak very softly. So if you can work on that, that will help you. These tips are very helpful for those who are thinking about coming and repatriating here or whatever. This will really just help your process be a little smoother. Is if you were to assimilate into the culture. It has been it's been easy for me because I've done that from day one. I've always tried to look around and see what everybody else is doing, and I kind of jump in. Like I don't want to stand out in a crowd. I go to Kiriakou Market, and there's thousands and thousands of my brothers and sisters, Tanzanians out there, or other people out there, but we all look alike. So the only way that you'll stand out is the way you dress, and then if you talk, like your volume is really loud and you speak in English. So I always tell people to try to learn the language, and even if you know little words, kidogo, kidogo, and it's poli poli, kidogo, little little, Swahili, kidogo, and then poli poli, slow slow. You're learning it very slowly. Even if you do that, then it will still be better than just speaking English and loudly. So for me, I do speak English, but I speak it very softly. I speak it very low. If I can't understand, what did you say? I talk very low. So nobody can really tell next to me that I'm speaking English, but I don't know Swahili. I try to keep that secret, keep that on the low level. So, but I am definitely working on that. One second. Yeah. Um, so those are a couple of things that will be helpful for you if you're interested in coming and repatriating to the continent of Africa. These tips are helpful for any country. So if you go to Ghana, and if you go to Zambia, or whatever country you decide to go to, just look around you. Rwanda, Uganda, just look around you and see what everybody else is doing, and kind of assimilate, kind of follow their lead, because you don't want to always be looked at as a foreigner. Of course, you're going to get higher prices because you speak English, but the more that you assimilate and the more that you learn the language, sometimes they can't even tell. At this point, many of them ask me, "What's your nationality? Where are you from?" Because I'm speaking more Swahili now, and I'm pronouncing it a lot better than I was pronouncing it. So a lot of times they can't really tell where I'm from. And they always ask me, what's your nationality? And it feels kind of nice. I many times I want to lie, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm from America. I say it like this, from America. Oh, I was like, yeah, America. So yeah. But yeah, those are a couple of pointers that you could take when preparing to come. And also, if you're already here and you're looking at this video, you probably have an idea, but these tips will be a little bit helpful for you in moving around here. So when you get out of the vacation mode, because a lot of people, when they first come, I would say the first 6 months, you're in more of a vacation mode. You're visiting Zanzibar, you're visiting the beaches, you're going to the restaurants, and you're living the vacation life. After 6 months and you're here, you're going to kind of settle down and settle more into the home life like I have. So me, I don't go to the beaches as often. And it's not as big of a deal as it was when I first got here. And I'm not so much into the vacation mode. Um, Hi, I'm doing well. Doing so. I'm not into the vacation mode anymore. I'm more into the settled down, living here mode. So the normal life mode, like, I cook almost every day. I, eat fruit and vegetables. I eat meat maybe 3 times a week, maybe 2 times a week. I'm cutting down on the meat. It's not that I don't like meat. It's just it's a little bit more expensive than the fruit and vegetables because you can get them really at a really, really, really good cheap price, and you can get so many. So I just buy so many because they're all around me. And the meat, you have to make a special effort to go to the butcher, or you can go to some of the restaurants and pay to get it. So it's just easier and more convenient to do the plant-based diet, to eat like fruit and vegetables. It's just a little bit easier to do that. So that's why I eat more fruit and vegetables. But I'm not a vegan or anything. It's what I see, what's always around me and what I see. And I notice a difference in my health, my hair, my skin, and everything. So my body's pretty strong. I have had malaria twice since I've been out here. Princess, hello, shalom, princess, shalom. Um, I think I've had malaria twice since I've been out here, and I've been out here a year and 3 weeks. So, well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, maybe that second time could have been something else. Because the first time, definitely malaria, but the second time I took malaria medicine, but I did have more of a like cold symptoms. So I had like a cough. I didn't have a cough at first. So I had like a cough. So I could have had, a little cold or virus or whatever, whatever. But it lasted for a couple of days. But I just did the normal tea. I did the ginger and the turmeric, and then I did the steaming. I did a lot of steaming for the congestion in your chest, and the what else? The congestion is really it, because that's a viral thing. So it's like your lungs and stuff. You want to keep those clear. So all you gotta do is get you some natural, some herbs, lemon, ginger, peppermint, tea tree, whatever you have in your house. 1 second. Yeah. So sorry about that. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so those are some things that I did do. But I'm trying to think of anything else that will be helpful for you if you're interested in visiting and or repatriating to the continent of Africa and or Tanzania in particular. But I think this can apply to all of the different. Okay, this applies to all of the different African countries. So African countries and or Tanzania. Assimilate, learn the language. Assimilate, learn the language. Volume, work on your volume. So women, ladies, we tend to speak louder or loudly. Just work on that volume piece. I've been working on it for a whole year, so I know. And I still have to catch myself because I laugh very loud. I talk loud and I laugh loud. I also sing, so I have kind of like my voice kind of carries. So I have to really work on. I'm better now. I can tell when my volume is too much. Many times you will know because when you go places, people will stare at you when you talk. If you in like a restaurant or if you're somewhere in public, speaking very loudly, people will turn around and start looking at you, and you know that you're speaking too loud. So just be aware of your surroundings. Um, when you go places, just in remembering remember based on what you see. If your volume, you want to bring that down because you really don't want to hear everyone to hear around you that you are speaking English, okay, and you're talking very loudly, okay, and then also that could avoid you being possibly a target. Um, I, I don't foresee a lot of crime here in Tanzania from what I see. I think it's petty theft where they snatch your phone and all that stuff. Um, so, and I'm sure your house could get broken into if you're not paying attention and if you're not being like wise over how you manage your belongings and stuff like that. And if you're kind of flashy, they might watch you and stuff. So this can eliminate you being like a target by you assimilating, learning the language, bringing the volume down on your English, and just kind of when you maneuver throughout these African countries. Excuse me one second. Lemon ginger. Yes, it is. Yes, Julie. So what you could do is when you're moving through these African countries, just keep that in your mind that you want to you're moving kind of chill, kind of have that chill attitude, not too loud and too moving around and too excitable. Just kind of have more of a laid back vibe, kind of like a chill vibe. Just assimilate, just kind of look around and see how everybody else is acting. You don't want to just stand out. You don't want to be a target. And that's basically what I'm trying to say. You don't want to be a target. So you can be. So let me give you a perfect example. One time I was walking, when I first got here and I moved over in this area, I went to the beach and I walked. So as I'm walking down the beach, I was doing a video, but I had my dress on, I had my hair wrapped, and I was doing a video. And then I walked past this one particular section, and it was a lot of homes. It was a lot of homes that some of the Tanzanians made. It was like the little hut like homes, but they were like on the beach. So it was really nice. But it was so as I'm walking, all these men, all these young guys start coming out of their little houses. And so I noticed that. And so as I was doing the video, um, first I had the camera up like this, like, oh, look, look. But then when I noticed they started looking and watching me and they started coming out of their homes, it was a bunch of them because it was a bunch of homes. It's just my natural instinct kicked in. And then what I did was, excuse me a second, what I did was I just took the video camera and I just moved it down. And I just put it like down where my chest was. And I was just holding it, but I was just walking with it and I wasn't saying a whole lot because they were watching me. And then they stood there. It was so many of them, and I just can't imagine that if I stood out as a foreigner. See, the thing is, they didn't know that I wasn't uh, a local because the way I was dressed, but I was by myself, and it was a bunch. It was a bunch of brothers, and they could came out of their houses and just came. They could have surrounded me on the beach, and it was daylight, but they could have still done that if I stood out like a foreigner with all these tight clothes and just the Western style. If I had that, they could have done anything to me because I was by myself. But because I was dressed the way I was dressed, and I noticed that they all start coming out, and I had this natural alert in me. It was like something in me was like calm down or cool down with the video. So what I did was I had the video up and I was taking all these videos and stuff, and then I just brought the camera down to like my chest and I just started holding it and I kind of stopped talking. I was just saying like one or two words. And I was like, yeah, that's the only thing I was saying. I was like, yeah, so this is it. And I just started talking like really softly and just really slow. And they just stood there and watched me. And they didn't even do anything. They just watched me. And as I went past their section where all the houses were, and then after I went past, I turned around and they were gone. But I'm just saying that may have saved me from maybe getting robbed or a phone taken. because of the fact that I know my environment and I watch around me, my surroundings, and I know how to assimilate, and I know what they can't really tell that I'm not a Tanzanian. So that's what you want. You want to be in a foreign country where they cannot tell that you are a foreigner. So that's why I said learn the language, get the outfit to dressing together. If you don't like to be modest, if you don't like to cover up like this country, Tanzania, you can go to other countries like Ghana or Nigeria or South Africa or Kenya, whatever, where you can dress like the West or whatever, and nobody will make a big deal. But in the local environments, a lot of times you want to make sure that you blend in because you must keep in mind, everyone. Shalom, Lady J. Thank you, Miss Sherry. Beautiful content. um, and I say, Karibu, welcome to Tanzania, welcome. Um, they are very beautiful people, and they welcome foreigners, especially if you want to invest. Now, be careful about coming here causing problems. That could be a concern because they don't want no problems. So if you're gonna be a foreigner, you're a foreigner, you come in here to this country, uh, just behave yourself and do everything you're supposed to do. Follow all the rules and regulations of the country. Uh, go to immigration when you're supposed to. Don't let your stuff expire. You'll be okay. Okay, do things by their laws. Now, um, if you try to work around it and try to get out of doing the things you should do, you could get caught up in a situation. So you don't want to get caught up in a situation because some have gotten caught up in situations where they try to take another route, take a shortcut in this and that. It's just a little bit difficult here. This is not the West, it's not America. So you can't cut corners as a foreigner as much here. So just try to follow the laws and the rules just to be on the safe side, especially if you are a woman and you are by yourself or with kids. You want to make sure that you follow the rules and guidelines and keep your life kind of low key, move kind of like in silence, that type of deal. And I know people have YouTube videos and they put a lot on here, in terms of everything that they do everywhere they go, and I kind of cut back on that. I don't do as many videos moving around where I live, outside of where I live so much. I might do a few inside in one spot or just moving around inside, but you have to be careful with your security. Security is very important when you repatriate to the continent of Africa. Security is very important in terms of like how you move here. So just keep that in mind in terms of your videos. If you're going to do YouTube videos, what you show, your personal belongings and your whole setup of your house and outside and inside. You want to be careful about showing all that too much because you do have people viewing your videos, and you don't want to be a target. That's another way you can avoid. So I'm trying to think of different things that you can do when you decide to repatriate to the continent, whether it's Tanzania or any other African country, and you have to move certain ways. You can't move here like you do in the West. It's not perfect, but it's you can manage. It's manageable. So just have to be smart. You have to be wise and have to be humble. Humbleness is very important because if you have not a humble personality or attitude, you can get in a lot of problems and issues in these different African countries because they're looking at you like you're a visitor. You're just so when you come with a bad attitude, it's kind of like, why are you even here? So that's like you going to someone's home and you're being kind of rude, and they're looking at you like, are you serious? Like you're in my home and you're acting this way. So it's the same thing when you go to the different countries on the continent of Africa. If you're not understanding, like you're visiting someone else's house, which yes, we are descendants of this is our home to the continent of Africa. We were stolen from here, but at the same time, because of that passport that we have, and we were born in another country in the West, we're considered foreigners, which we know we're not, but law wise, passport wise, we are. So we still have to move a certain way. We can't just come to these African countries and be kind of rude and everything. You have to just be humble and just be calm. Even if things don't go your way, things don't always work out. Just examine the way that you react or you respond to issues and drama and things that happen on the continent. Just keep in mind that you're because sometimes the way you handle it will determine the outcome that you get. Like sometimes you may feel like, oh, I need this done, and these people are not doing, they don't care, and they're not doing anything. A lot of times they do care, but their system is different from ours. They move differently from us. They're kind of laid back in how they do things. It's not that they don't care, and it's just that they move differently. So you can't look at it like a personal thing. Sometimes it's just the way the system is set up. So you have to be calm and be patient and wait. That's the thing. You have to be patient and wait. And a lot of us are not accustomed to waiting and having patience. So if you want to repatriate to any of the African countries, I'm sorry, if you want to repatriate to any of the countries on the continent of Africa, um, patience is a virtue. I mean, patience is very important. So, in terms of doing business, um, and getting certain services, um, for almost everything you do here, patience, patience, patience. So, yeah, those are just a few tips that I was thinking of that would be helpful for those who are considering repatriating and or visiting the continent. Some of these things, a lot of people are not really mentioning to other people to make their because they I guess they assume that people are going to know this, but they're not going to know this because I had to learn this. So yeah, just for safety reasons and just for you to feel comfortable, um, try to assimilate, learn the language, um, be humble, follow the laws and the rules of the country, whichever country you go to. If you don't like the rules in one country, leave and go to another. There's so many countries on the continent. You can just pick and choose which one that you would like to visit. If you go to one and you don't feel comfortable in that one with the rules and the regulations of that specific country, then just go visit and go to other ones. So it's still better than the West. Still better than the West. So yeah, and yeah, for the most part, it's peaceful. Not perfect by any means, but I love it. And yeah, I just wanted to share those pointers with you of how to comfortably assimilate into the culture, into the environment. And then I tell people when they are coming, and I do consultations when they are coming to the continent. I tell them, to ladies especially, don't bring all those clothes. You don't need all them Western stuff here. Just give it all them pants, all that tight stuff, all that half naked stuff. Get you some dresses. They got dresses here. You can get like 10 dresses for the Lolo. For the Lolo. Maybe $15. You can get like 6 or 7 dresses for like, I don't know, $20 or $30 USD. So it's and they have it's hot here. So they have the light, airy material like this. They just have the light clothes. Like you don't have to have all that hot, tight, all that black and all that gray, all that stuff we wear in the West. You don't even need that. All that stuff is too hot, y'all. It's too hot for all this tight clothes and tight jeans. You need some air. You need some air. Get you some flowing dresses. Get you some light, airy clothes that the breeze can go through. You know. So yeah, and then it saves you some room in your suitcases when you're coming. You don't have to have all them clothes. You don't need those clothes here. I bought all these sandals. I probably bought like 6 or 7 pair of sandals here. I think $8 each. Nice sandals, very nice. So let me see if I can show you a pair. This is one pair. See, like $8 or something. I mean, you can get all different colors and all different styles. You don't need to be bringing all that stuff from the West. And then all those name brand purses and all that jewelry. Half the people don't even wear jewelry a lot here, so you would really stand out if you had diamonds and gold here. If you want to wear your diamonds and gold, be careful with it. You can do the studs and all that. That's probably okay, and a little small, necklace or whatever. But nobody really wears that. So just keep in mind that you could stand out because they would see that around your neck, or they would see those in your ears, and on your finger, all those big rocks and stuff. And people like to wear 3 or 4. You have to keep those things in mind, that this is not the West, and you could be a target when you do these things. So this is just a safety precaution that you just need to keep in mind when you come, so you won't become a target and people like following you, watching you, and all that. So yeah, just have to consider the fact that there's a lot of poverty in different countries, even in America. We have a lot of poverty too. So just have to be mindful of that, the way you move, for your safety, for your safety. So Yeah, and then also, I think I mentioned in another video is even in your home, as far as safety precautions, a lot of the homes have bars and compounds and barbed wire fence and all that. But just make sure you lock your doors. Make sure you, even if you leave the windows open, your bars, you have the bars and everything. Just make sure you don't leave anything by the windows, like any of your electrical devices by windows. Like even in where I live, I never put any of my stuff by a window. It's always by me if I'm asleep at night, it's in the room with me and it's by my bed. It's not by a window. So just don't put any of your devices by a window, because even if you have bars, people could stick something in there, like a stick, like a fishing, like a stick with a hook, and they can put it in there and pick your stuff up. So just keep those things in mind. Like, people are creative with how they, how they can get your items, and so especially if they're watching you. I mean, you're doing these videos, think about it, and you're all in your house. This is my house. Look at this. We're good for showing tours of our places, which is fine because I did the same thing. But after you show it one time, don't constantly show everything inside your house and where you keep all your stuff all the time. And then you have all these people coming over looking at your stuff and in your house. So just be careful with these things. Just keep those things in mind, because you're in another country and it's kind of different. And even at home in the West, it's the same way. You have to watch who you allow to come into your home. So, but let me look at some of these comments. People are coming in, and thank you for everyone for your subscriptions, and thank you for my old subscribers, my new subscribers. Thank you for viewing my channel. Thank you for your viewership. Please like, share, and subscribe so I can get more into circulation, so more people can see my videos. And I am at 800 subscribers, you guys. Yay! Thank you so much. It's happening kind of fast. It's been, it's been good. I'm trying to get to 1,000, so I would really appreciate if you share, and subscribe to my channel. If you think there's someone that's interested in coming to Tanzania and want to visit, and they want to know of someone who's been here, I've been here a year and 3 weeks, they can reach out to me, or you can share this video with them. And so if they look at all my videos, they'll see the different things I talked about. I showed some of the areas, some of the beaches and all that, and they can get to see that. But a lot of us are here. So, I look on here, and when I first got here last year, wasn't as many, but now so many of us here, it's like everybody's doing videos, which is great. It's a lot of us here, but there are certain rules and regulations that you still should follow, guidelines in this country. Let me see. Let me look at some of these comments. Okay, Princess, thank you so much. Shalom, everyone. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Hey, Lady J. Okay, so trying to think of anything else that might be helpful in terms of you, assimilating here comfortably, and as far as safety, especially if you are a single woman and you have kids. You want to move differently. You want to consider the time frame of you being out. Like me, I try to be in before dark. That's just me. Now, if I'm out somewhere after dark, it's gonna be I'm out somewhere and then I get a ride for a Bijaji. That's the car, the three-wheel motorcycle, or a Uber car to my destination. Normally at night I do the Uber cars, but it depends on my pocket. If my budget is kind of tight, then I'll do a Bajaji because it's cheaper. But I don't stay out late like I used to when I would say the first 3 to 6 months, I was probably hanging out a little bit with some of the new repats, and we were just going to the different places in Masaki, visiting the different restaurants and the different, hangout spots. And I was out a lot later because I was living in that area, but now I'm out further and I'm not around a lot of those places, and I just don't like to do a lot of moving around by myself at night. So it's just to avoid being a target, or because a lot of us have phones and stuff in our hands. And even when you ride, another thing is when you ride in a Bajaji, if you are here and you're coming, the Bajaji is like the cart. The three-wheel motorcycle is the open door section. So whenever you ride in a Bajaji, always have your back to the open door. Keep your back when you sit in there. Sit like to the side and keep your back to the open part. So that means that nobody can just reach in and grab your phone. So if you're just sitting there like this, So you're sitting there like this. This is the open door here. You're sitting here like this. Somebody could just reach in and grab your phone. So if you have your back like this, and you have this is your phone. You have your phone over here, and then if you have a purse, your purse is over here. So this is the door. This is your back. This is your phone, and this is your purse. Here, there is a window here, but the window is like a small window, so you still need to kind of keep that in mind as well. But that's a little bit. It's a little bit harder for me to reach through the window than it is to grab through the door. So if you do, as a woman traveling, if you do decide to ride those, especially at night and even during the day, be careful with having your phone and your all your stuff in your lap. Right, have your charger and you have your computer, whatever, in your lap when you have your phone here. The door is here, the open part. Anybody can reach in there. So don't keep that in mind. Don't just make sure that's how I ride, and I keep my back to the door. So if they reach in, they're gonna have to like be pulling me, like, which I haven't had that. But I'm just saying, you don't want to be like an easy target by you sitting there and the door is here and you sitting here, and then when he stops at a light, when the Bajaji stops or something like that, slows down, and it's a lot of people standing waiting, and you sitting there with your phone like this, somebody can snatch it out your hand. So be careful and keep that in mind. Also, when you are moving around in the community taking videos and pictures, be careful with that, because a lot of people have gotten their this curls. A lot of people have gotten their phones snatched and their cameras snatched and their iPods and stuff. So when you moving around the the neighborhood or area on the beach or wherever you're going, just look around you before you start videoing. You videotape and look around and see how many people are around. If it's a lot of people, you might want to be a little careful in how you hold your. You don't want to hold your phone like this. This is your phone. This is your phone. You don't want to be doing like this because somebody can easily just snatch it. So you want to be careful if you're gonna video. You might want to hold it like this. You know what I'm saying? Hold it like this. You gotta hold your items because anybody can snatch it from you. So yeah, those are just a few tips that I wanted to provide to those who are coming just to assist in your when you're visiting here, because I hate to hear when people come that they get robbed, phones snatched, and all that. And it could have happened to me too. It's just I've been blessed; it hasn't happened. I always move in a cautious, careful mode because I've lived in some rough areas in America. So, I'm from Newark, New Jersey. That's rough, and that's the car theft capital of the world. And then I lived in Atlanta, so it's a lot of areas you can't even go in Atlanta. And then I lived in Colorado, which wasn't too bad, but I've learned how to kind of be aware of my surroundings and kind of move a certain way. If I know I'm going certain places, at night, I wouldn't get out the car. I would get gas early. So it's just certain precautions that you have to take on the continent as well. Yes, it is beautiful and it's pretty safe, but you still got to use precautions because you got to remember that the police get off of work. They work from like business hours. Okay, they're not working all night, right? So if something happens to you at night, you got to wait till the next day till they open to go and get your report something. So you want to make sure that at night, especially, that you protect your stuff. You get in the house, you do everything, get in there before dark because you don't want no issues. You don't want yeah, just to avoid some issues. So, but yeah, these are just some pointers. Let me see if I have any more comments. Okay. Okay. I'm going to start. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So it's the language is good. I actually didn't learn before I got here. I learned from locals where I live. So I live around a lot of locals, and so I learned from them just how to pronounce the words, and they speak to me every day, and they say the same thing, so it's easy to learn. They'll say "mambo," and you say "poa," or they'll say "habari," and you say "nzuri," "safi." It's certain things that they say all the time, and you eventually learn. So it's not difficult. And then you learn how to say it the way they do, so you won't say it. You don't want to say it like an American. So you don't want to say. They'll say habari. You don't want to say habari. Habari. That's like with an American accent. So when they say habari, I would say habari or mumbo or hey Soraya, thank you. Or you would say, so for me, they ask me, they say, you know, like I say America like they do. So when they ask me where I'm from, I don't say I'm from America. I say I'm from America. I'm from America. That's how they say it. Oh, America. How's America? I don't, and I say I don't like. I don't like. So I just speak. Um, I speak even with my English accent. I speak with an accent. I don't say the words in with an English accent. So I try to speak the words like they do. Like they'll say, like instead of them saying hello, they'll say hello. So that's how I say. I say hello. If I don't say habari, I'll say or mambo. I'll say hello, hello, and they say hello. So you learn by being here and living around Tanzania. It's just how they speak, even with English, the words they say, the words that they may know. And another example is for me, where I live, my boaters, that's the motorcycle drivers that give me rides, they don't know English. They're learning from me though. But they don't know any English. So when I come out of my door, they're usually sitting on the corner. So I can either walk to the cafe where I am or they come and give me a ride. They pick me up. They come to my door and pick me up. So when they come, they don't know English. So they just smile and I'll say, Mambo or Habari, Mambo, Habari, and then they respond. But now they're learning how to say, because what I was saying was when I got on the motorcycle with them, I was saying, uh, uh, wait a minute, hold on 1 second, hold on. I kept saying that, and I don't think they really understood. And then whenever I was ready, I would say, okay, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. So I kept saying, I'm ready to all of them. So now they say to me when they pick me up and I'm trying to get situated, because when I get on the motorcycle, you got to lift. When you ride these boaters, you guys, and you ride these motorcycles, you guys, you got to lift your leg way up to get on these things. Okay. You have to lift your leg up high. So sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, this is higher than stepping up on a bus. I mean, think about it. You have to lift your leg way up to get on these motorcycles. There's no step. You standing on the ground and you have to lift your leg up above to you stand on the ground. You have to lift your leg way up to get on the motorcycle. So every time I have to do that, I have to get my thoughts together before I do this. So I'm holding on to them, lift my leg up, and so now when I'm ready, they'll say, ready, ready? Are they're because I kept saying, okay, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. So now they say, ready, ready, and I say, no, 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 no. I say, hapana, hapana, no, not yet. I'm trying to get my computer and my get myself together, pull my skirt down. Then I'll say, I'm ready. Then I say, sawa, sawa. That's okay. Okay, okay. So I say, okay, okay. So they're learning from me. They'll hear me say, I always, every day I'll say, ready? Okay, okay, I'm ready. And then they'll say to me, ready? Ready? So they're learning from me. So we learn from each other. So it's beautiful living around them because you're learning from them, they're learning from you. And it's beautiful because my security or my gate person or my landscaper, they all live on the property with us. They have a house on our property. And so they didn't know any English when I first arrived. So I kept speaking to them in Swahili, Habari, Asubui, Za Asubui, just different, Habari, hello, Asubui, good morning. And then, Kwaeri, goodbye. So I just was saying the greetings to them. And then they started saying, when I say, oh, asubuhi, they'll say, good morning. And I'm like, whoa. Or I'll say, goodbye. I'll say, kwaeri, goodbye. And they'll say, goodbye. And I'm like, wow. So it's like I speak Swahili to them and they speak English to me. We're teaching each other. So they're learning from me and I'm learning from them and we do that. And so now we're able to, it's like naturally we're able to talk more to each other. So if I need something from them, sometimes they'll say wait. So they know little words. And so I usually ask them, Mzima, are you good? Are you fine? Mzima? And then they just start talking and I'm like, That poly, like, little Swahili, oh, slow, 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 slow. So they start laughing. But yeah, you'll learn as you're around them. It's just beautiful to learn the language, and it's just it flows, it's so natural. And now they, ask me all the time, what is your nationality? They always ask me, what is your nationality? And I wanna lie, y'all. I wanna lie to them. And then I'll just say, well, I'm African, as you can tell. It's like, well, we know that. We know, they always say, yeah, I can see that. But they know they know it's something different about me. And then I'll tell them, I'm from America. They say, oh, some of them used to say, oh, how's Donald Trump? I said, oh, I don't know. I don't like. So I always tell them that I don't like. They say, oh, no. I said, no, no. I tell them, mm-mm. They said, why? I say, they're killing black people. They're killing black people in the streets. We don't like. They're killing Africans. We don't like. And they say, oh yeah. They always say George Floyd. They know George Floyd. So they already know that. So yeah, we're teaching them a lot here because they don't really know our story and they don't know a lot about us really because they haven't really been taught that in school. So we're a live epistle for them. You know how, like in the biblical scriptures, you have Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? Well, you have us here, living epistles, explaining to them what we've been through and telling them who we are and what happened to us. So we're living, here to tell them. We're coming here to tell them and teach them who we are and what we've been through and why we're coming back. That too, because many ask, okay, well, what's going on? There's so many of you here. What's happening right now? And so I'm like, it's a mass exodus. We're coming back home to where we were stolen from. That's why they call us African Americans, because they know that we were stolen from here. So Africans from America, Africans in America. Okay, that's why they call us that. We didn't name ourselves that. They named us that. So I have to let them know that that's the name that they gave us, and black and colored and all that other stuff. They gave us those names. So yeah, but I think that's it for now. It has been so wonderful seeing all these comments. Let's see. Oh, Simone says she could buy her a motorcycle. Oh, go ahead, sis. Yep, you could, because I think they said the boda motorcycles are about between $400 and $600. That's what I heard. 400 to 600. It's a lot of people, but mainly men that ride them. So you got to be careful because if you ride, you got to do it during the day, because you don't want to get like snap. Your woman ride, and you don't want nothing to happen. So you don't tell them that you're Hebrew. I do. Well, Simone, the thing about saying Hebrew, one thing, see, a lot of us in the West, I was in the West, and some may not agree, but this is what I noticed. The word Hebrew was not a word that they are familiar with. So it's kind of foreign to them. I know it's in the scriptures, but they would know more of Israelite. If you say, do you know the Israelites in the Bible? They wouldn't know who what a Hebrew is if you say Israelites, because many of them are Christians, so they know about the Israelites in the Bible. So if you wanted to tell them who you really are, instead of saying like so much like Hebrew is kind of foreign to them. They don't really always know. Some of the continental Africans, they don't know, but they'll relate more to Israelite versus just a Hebrew and or a Bantu, because Bantus and Hebrews are actually the same, because the word Bantu was in existence before Hebrew was created. So Bantu is like, if you look at the Bantu migration on the continent of Africa, all Africans know Bantu people. Bantu people are the ones who were taken from the continent and taken back to America. Those were actually Bantu, and we are Hebrew Israelites. So all those are the same. A lot of people say that it's not. I know that they're the same. They're the same people. Bantu and Hebrew Israel, we're all the same. We're all the same people, because you got the different types of people on the continent. Like when people say Hamites, those are different. Those are not the Bantu, because it's a large Bantu It's a large Bantu population on the continent of Africa. It's a lot of us, and Bantus are Israelites actually. You have the 12 tribes of Israel. Bantu, those are the same as Israelites. So we're Bantu. So for them, you would probably say, "Here, I'm a Bantu," because they would know, what that is. Not really Hebrew. You would say either Bantu or you would say Israelite. Yet, some of them, as far as them knowing who we really are, they don't. They're asleep. Just like a lot of our people in the West are asleep. They're still asleep. Here, it's mainly Christians and Muslims. So they don't really know. A lot of them are waking up since we've been here because we've been talking to them. Like everywhere I go, I talk to them. Ubers, Bajajis, restaurants, everything. I always talk to them. And they just are in awe, like, why they can't really believe it, especially when you start showing them scriptures and stuff. And so that's a good way to get them to see, because the foundation really would be Christianity. The reason I say that is because a lot of the Christians know the scriptures. So when you bring the scriptures out to them, they're interested in listening because they love the scriptures. So that's an avenue that you can use to start talking to them. The scripture, when the most people know this, when the Most High brought the Egyptians out of bondage, out of Egypt, everybody knows that story. So I always start off with that story and say, you remember, when they were in captivity and the Most High brought them out, God, they call God brought them out. The Most High, I tell them, you call him God, I call him the Most High, uncreated creator. So Most High, yeah. So, I'll just tell them that way. It's just kind of a simple way to explain to them who we are. And I say, those people that were brought out, the children of the Most High. Well, those are our people. Though we're descendants of those people. That's who we are. The Bible is our history book. So I kind of explain it to them, and then they say, oh, okay. Some of them are kind of quiet. They're like, yeah, right. But then some of them do say, wow, because they never heard that before. So it's new to them. It's like we're here to wake them up. We're here to wake them up to the truth. So I have a lot of Tanzanian subscribers to my channel, and I try to use the channel as a educational piece for them. So they can learn about us, because a lot of them don't know us personally, and they go by what other people said they experienced. If it's bad or good, then they kind of taint it with how they feel about us or how they treat us. But through these videos, it's our responsibility to teach them, not necessarily do a video teaching like that, but like that personal interaction with them is really good, so they can kind of tell each other, oh, they're descendants of this because they said this and they showed us this scripture and that scripture, because they know the Bible, they know the scriptures. So that's a good thing, because they already know the foundation of what we believe already. They know about, the Most High. They know about his son, the Mashiach. They know certain things. They know Moses. They know the different stories. So we can kind of segue into, well, those people, the Israelites, more so than Hebrew. So I would say, if you're trying to tell like a continental African about who you are and get them to understand, the word Israelites would be more of a understanding word that they understand. It would be either be Bantu or Israelite, not Hebrew, because Hebrew. I think the some of the European people created the Hebrew, because before the Hebrew it was Bantu. So, Paleo Hebrew, derived, and it went back to the Kikongo language in the Congo. So, the Kikongo language was that's where the Paleo Hebrew derived from, the Kikongo language. Those are Bantus. So it was Bantu before Hebrew. So a lot of people don't understand that, and they don't accept that, especially in the West. A lot of our people in the West, they don't really agree, like a lot of the brothers and stuff. But you know what? That's that's you. We trying to reach everybody. We trying to wake everybody up, and so sometimes we gotta reach them to where they understand. You know, as far as the 12 tribes, they know the 12 tribes are in the scriptures, but the 12 tribes. A lot of this stuff that we know, we're waking up first, you guys. In the West, we're waking up first, and so a lot of people are not waking up like us. Out from the West or from America and come to these continental African countries, they don't know. So we're the first. I say, the book of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John, the first epistle, we're walking epistles because we're teaching them who we are. and we telling them Deuteronomy, read Deuteronomy, the curses, blah, 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 blah. You explaining to them what happened to us while we were in the state we were in, and then you go from there. So they don't understand about the 12 tribes. They don't understand about the Israelites. They don't connect that we are the people. We have to explain it to them. It's not natural for them to know that because they're still asleep. You know, just like the colonizers did a number on them, just like the enslavers did a number on us. They did one on them, but it's just the Most High's plan. We're waking up first in the West, so we're waking up and then we're coming here. So it's like we're waking up and then we're coming here to the continent to teach them who we are really, because there's a lot of Bantus still here, a lot of 12 tribes still here. They don't know. They don't know that they're part of the 12 tribes. I'm not talking about the Hamites. And it's a difference. Not everybody on the continent is a Hamite. Please don't think that. If you think that, you're at level one and it's this, you in a whole nother. If you think everybody on the continent is a Hamite, they're not. Hamites look a certain way. If you're not sure of what the difference is in a Bantu, the way we look, or Hebrew or Israelite, the way we physically look, in a Hamite, we look different. We don't even look the same. Our features are not the same. The noses are different. I would say maybe for the Hamites, they have more European features, in my opinion, like Somalia people, Ethiopian people. They have the white, thin noses and stuff. They look more like European people. But the Bantu got the wide nose and the full lips. It's a lot of us on the continent that look just like, especially here in Tanzania, we look like brothers and sisters. We can't tell each other apart. Most of these people are Bantus here, even if they are Muslims even if they practice the Islam stuff. You know, they, we we got a number done on us as far as the religion thing is concerned. But we got to start somewhere. We can't be putting down these different, especially here, because in this country it's mainly Muslims and Christians. So you got to come here and respect their beliefs and their cultures. So that's one thing. So you have to have a different patient mindset coming here, and that you do want to teach them, but you want to be gentle, and you want to be gradual, because they get along very well and they live amongst each other peacefully. So you don't want to come here and cause dissension, because they don't beef with each other about the different spiritual practices. So when you meet them and you want to talk to them, it's a gentle way you just do it. Well, I believe we are. So it's not necessarily like you're trying to force something on them to make them come out of what they're in right now. It's like a gradual, it's like you planting seeds. And a lot of times they're looking at your behavior, how you act, and how loving you are. If you're a little, like some of the camps are a bit pushy and harsh, that's not gonna work here. It's just not, you guys. That real dominant, mm-mm, mm-mm. That's not going to work here. You're going to get in trouble. You get in trouble, and maybe they be like trying to get you up out of here. So just keep that in mind when you are trying to uh, educate. So as I look at it as an educational moment, because they always ask, "Are you Christian?" They always ask you about your beliefs. You're gonna have the opportunity to explain to them who you really are. Like for me, they ask me, "Are you a Christian?" I said, "No, but I subscribe to the scriptures." And then they still listen, and then I go through, when the children of Israel, remember when they were in Egypt, and I go through that whole. I always go back to Egypt because they all know that. They all know the scriptures about that. Yeah, yeah. Those people, those children of the Most High that he brought out. Yeah, those are our descendants. We're those are our ancestors. We're the same people. So then I explain it like that, and they're like, I said, because you remember Moses, he hid among the Egyptians. Remember the Messiah, he hid among. They look like us. They didn't look like Paleface. They didn't look like the other person that you think that people say is the Messiah. The pale skinned one, that's not him. He don't look like that. He looked like this. He was made from Adam and Eve looked like this. It was made from the dirt. The dirt is brown and red. The Messiah and Moses hid amongst the Egyptians. They have skin, they have color on their skin. They're not pale. So those few things right there will let them, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. So that's kind of breaking little bit, little. You're not pushing. You're just throwing that in there, like think about it. That pale face, that's not him. And you can't get him, you can't stop him from saying Jesus now. You can't do that. You gotta be gradual with that, because that's gonna be rough. But that's a start. It's okay if you want to, if you want to call the Messiah Jesus because that's all you know. Okay, but just know he didn't look like the image of the beast. He didn't look white. He was color. Okay. So yeah. So then then they can understand how we are connected to the Messiah, to Moses, to Adam and Eve, to the Most High, ultimately. So that's kind of how I do it, kind of gradually. Nothing, nothing abrasive, nothing pushy, just as kind of like an educational moment. And they listen. They're like, okay. And it just makes them think. They know the scriptures, so they can always go back. The book of Deuteronomy, when they have the blessings, they have curses too. Okay, read the curses. Most people read the blessings, they don't read the curses. Read the curses, and you will see all the curses um, are what happened to us during the transatlantic slave trade. So just read the curses. So that's all you have to say. Oh, okay. Then they'll go back and read. So it's a gradual thing, and I think we're here for that. I think we're coming back to teach them. Yes, we are. We're coming back to teach them, whether they accept it or not. Then they pass it on to each other, because when we meet up and we teach certain Tanzanians or certain continental Africans who we are, then they tell they family members, and it gets back to their communities. So yeah, that's kind of how I noticed that the kind of like one of the best ways to do it, instead of being a little pushy and a little forcing, controlling type of thing. Now you got to be kind of gentle, because the environment here is very laid back and it's gentle. Uh, I'm so sorry. Simone, ain't nobody out here. I could talk loud right now because nobody's out here. See, look behind me. I'm by myself. So even though I'm talking loud, nobody's out here. Now, if somebody was sitting out here, I would have to tone it down. But I can talk kind of loud because I do get excited. So, yeah. But I think that's all I wanted to say. I don't know. I kind of got on the subject because people was asking questions about Israelites and stuff like that. So yeah, just keep in mind that if you say Israelites or if you say Bantu, they know what that means. If you say Hebrew, they might not connect. They may not be able to connect with the scriptures and stuff. So Israelites or Bantu. Yeah. So Lizzie, a lot of them do still have the images of Cedar. What's his name? Cedar Borgia. Yeah, uh, a lot of them do have the image, because you see them like on buses and stuff, and they do still worship the pagan white Jesus and the Mary, the Mother Mary, and the baby and all that stuff. Yeah. Um, those, there's a lot of Catholics here too. So it's a gradual thing. It's nothing pushy. No kind, not, not trying to force anybody into doing anything. It's just it's like a conversational relationship type of deal, when they get to know you and see that you're a good, honest person and you're a kind-hearted person, and then they see that, then you have the opportunity, because they look up, they like a lot of the foreigners that come, so they listen to us, especially us as the diaspora, the black people that look like them. They listen to our stories and stuff. So then that's always an opportunity for you to teach and tell them, even if you say don't take my word for it, just read these scriptures and tell me, read these scriptures and think about it, pray about it. We're not forcing you to do or believe or whatever, but just know that this is truth, and you haven't really been taught this, and we haven't either, but we know it now. The Most High is waking us up to the truth. The Almighty, uncreated Creator is waking us up to the truth, and so now we can teach you. This video is, I'm sorry, the video is kind of long. I'm so sorry, but I got off. But I was just looking at some of these comments, and so I wanted to answer some of them. Let me see. Majority of everything's on Bantu. Mm-hmm. We live as one people, Tanzanians. Yeah, okay. Kilimanjaro, ICE. Yes, absolutely. Bantu. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, Simone's so funny. You're talking loud, sis. Oh my gosh. But you know what? I am aware because if I'm in an environment and I start talking, everybody looks at me. So I know when I'm too loud. So then I say, yeah, you guys, I'm going to tone it down because I'm talking too loud. But nobody's out here right now. But yeah, they do still have the image of the beast uh, that they have around. So, but it'll gradually change. We'll start seeing that, you know, the melanated man and woman is Adam and Eve, and we were created from the dirt of the ground, and we're the original man and woman. And Moses, he blended in as an Egyptian, so he had to be black. And the Messiah, his mother Mary hid amongst the Egyptians to try to hide him, so he had to be black. So come on now, be realistic. The scriptures talk about what the Messiah looked like. He had hair like wool, white like wool. Who has hair like wool? Who This is hair like wool, okay? This is hair like wool. This is white. So we know that the Messiah did not look like the pale skin picture. Okay. So that's the image of the beast. That's not the Messiah. So yeah, I think that's it for now. I'm gonna cut this live, and it's been wonderful interacting and talking to you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to add. But yeah, they're open. Um, like Kilimanjaro ICE said, majority of Africans are Bantu. So it's like majority of Africans on the continent are Bantu. Because if you just track the Bantu migration and look at that, and you'll see, like, how we moved all around. I say we because Bantu is the same as Hebrew, the same as Israelites. Go back before the word Hebrew was created. Is you know, because you got to remember that the Bible was translated. Okay. And I know it was translated a lot of times, but that word Hebrew and that word Israelite, a lot of that's like English stuff. So, um, they did have the word Bantu before that. So, yeah. So just study that, and I am no expert, you guys. I'm no expert. It's just this is just my opinion, of what I think and how I feel and what I've learned so far after coming into the truth in 2017. I've learned this, and which is why I'm here right now, which is why I have repatriated back to the continent, because I know that this is my home somewhere on the continent. So, and just like we sojourned before, we'll probably be sojourners now. I feel like maybe in Tanzania, my ancestors or my forefathers did sojourn here somewhere, because I feel so comfortable here and it feels so peaceful here. So I feel like my ancestors either lived here or something, because it's something, my spirit is resonating with this place, and it's so peaceful. And I don't get heartbroken and hurt when people call me a foreigner. I don't, because they can look at me and tell that I'm an African. So, I mean, the only way that they know that I'm a foreigner is when they see the passport. That's the only way. Even when I speak English, because I know Swahili now, I know, it's like I speak half and half now. I speak Swahili, English. I mix both of them in there together. So a lot of times they're starting to ask me now, like, what's your nationality? At first they kind of knew I spoke more English, but now I have that mixed Swahili and English a lot. I mix them together. I say both together a lot. And then they always ask me, what is your nationality? Like, what, you know, they want to know. And I'm like, I'm African. And then they say, I know, but where? So, yeah, it's just very flattering, you guys. I love to hear that. Like, it melts my heart when my continental brothers and sisters ask me, what's your nationality? Are you Tanzanian? I love it. I really love it, because I feel accepted for the first time in my life. I feel accepted. I feel like, I don't know. It's a beautiful feeling that I have never experienced in America. I have never experienced something like this in America. And I know it's kind of little. It's not that a big of a deal, but to me, it's a huge deal, because when people can't tell you guys that I'm not Tanzanian, I love it because that makes me feel accepted. Like I know I have a home. I'm not just born in a foreign land and just never know anything. I know based on my genetics. So how I look tells that I'm African and that I'm from somewhere. Because sometimes they'll say, you look Congolese, so you look this, so you look like from this tribe in Chaga, and this, you're Tanzanian. I thought you this, and I'm always happy. It makes my day, you guys. It makes my day. Too many. And you look like us. Thank you. So it just really makes me feel so special when the continental Africans cannot tell and they think I'm from here. And even with the Bibi, like the grandmothers, sometimes they'll come up and start talking to me. Bibi, I know Babu, that's grandfather, but Bibi is grandmother. And when I go places, they'll just start talking to me. Bibi's grandmothers, and they don't look up. They'll talk to me looking down, and for like 5 minutes, they're just talking to me in Swahili, and I'm trying to get their attention, like Bibi Kidogo. And so when they finally look at me and I say, "Oh, Mama, Kidogo, Kidogo, oh, Pole Pole," little Swahili, Kidogo is little Swahili, Pole, slow, slow. I'm learning slow, slow. So Kidogo, Kidogo, Pole Pole, and they say, "Oh," they say, then they don't talk anymore because they don't know English. It's funny, but it feels so amazing to be accepted. So just because people may say you're a foreigner, or just because in immigration they may ask me sometimes, when are you going back to America? And I say, I'm traveling the continent. Like, you guys. Or sometimes they'll ask me 3 times in immigration, are you Tanzanian? Are you Tanzanian? Are you Tanzanian? And I'll say, I want to say yes, but I can't lie to them. So I say, I'm from America. So yeah, it's just beautiful, you guys, to be accepted for the first time. Because in America, we're treated like foreigners in our own land. So I feel so at home here. And no, it's not perfect. And it is just my experience. I have nothing bad to say. I love this country. I love, 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 love. I love it. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for me. I love this country. I love the weather. I like it hot. Dar is hot, but I like it hot. It's beautiful, you guys. And you will love it too. At least come for a visit. Okay? So I think I'm going to end this live. I've said this 3 times, you guys, but I'm just so excited to be talking to you. And I see the questions, and it just makes me happy to answer questions, to respond to you right on the spot instead of making you wait. Let me see if I can answer any other questions. So may the blessings of Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah be upon you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Too many, Mayala. Mayala, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Asante sana. Asante sana. I can imagine the feeling is great to know you belong to your own people and accept it. Yes, Judy Sky. Yes, it feels so amazing. Oh, too good. Oh, you guys, it's just, I just want all my people to experience this feeling. And they ask me in America, they say, how does it feel? What does it feel like to be there, to be in an environment, to step foot on the African soil? It is amazing. When I say amazing, it does not mean that it's perfect, you guys, but it's perfect for me, you guys. I love, and I hate to keep saying you guys because it's kind of annoying. I'm sorry, but I love this place. I love just being on the continent. Even when I visited Ghana, I did love it as well. I did love it. I fell in love with the continent when I was in Ghana. So just being on the continent of Africa, where you come from, where you originated from, the ground. Think about it, you guys, the ground that we were created from, the dirt, the soil here, the soil of this ground. This is where our bodies was created from. This is where we originated. It is amazing. And then they just we blend in. We look like everybody. We look like each other. And we come in all ranges of complexions, not all dark, not all light. We just here in Tanzania, I feel like we're so much like America here with the complexions, because in America you have the range of light to dark complexion, and same here in Tanzania, you have really light, you have light like me to darker. So it's a wide range of complexions, also. And then even with our hair textures and just we the features, we just look alike. And it is just I walk around, y'all, and people just speak to me, and people just smile at me. Children, shikamo, and I'm like marahaba. It's like, how you greet that shikamo. It's like you greet an elder like that, and then I say marahaba, like, it's like you greeting them back for greeting you. And so it's just so beautiful, you guys. I just I love it, and I wish that all of my family could experience this. My son, I'm praying that he would come. He loves the West, so I'm praying that he would come. And yeah, and so I am still here for consultation. So if you're interested in coming for a visit or and repatriating to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, reach out to me, connect with me. I'll put my email addresses in the description box. I have a personal email and my Diaspora Connect email down below. And I do $30 per hour consultations for you to come. Try to keep the fees low for it, so everyone can get information if they want to visit or thinking about coming or moving here or whatever. Um, yeah, and so I provide the information that you need to comfortably repatriate here. I did create a business, Diaspora Connect. I have 2 Tanzanian partners, and so yeah, so that's what I have been doing. Let me see what else. I think that's it mainly. Um, yeah, so I think for real, I am going to end this live because people have just come out here. So, and hi, Lady J, sipping on a coffee. Morning, bye you, baby. Good morning. So, um, I think that's it. But anyway, if you guys are interested in visiting, share this video. Please like, share, subscribe. If there are people that that are interested in coming to visit and or recreating here, please share the video with them. Please like. And then so we can get this video into circulation so other people can see it and they could come to my channel. They can schedule a consultation with me, and I will provide the information of how to repatriate, assisting with apartments and rental homes and restaurants and hotels and Airbnbs and all of that stuff. So be comfortable, and you'll be comfortable in your assimilation in or doing business here. I am pushing the business aspect of it here because we want to develop the continent of Africa. We want to help develop it. We can't do it ourselves. We want to partner with Tanzanians to build it up, to develop the continent. And there are a lot of areas that you can invest in businesses you can create to generate income. So let's do this. Let's bring the continent up. Let's bring our resources here and our intellectual resources and everything we have. Let's bring it back home to the continent and build it up for our people and for the continent and just for the betterment of all Africans all around the world. And when I say Africans, please don't get triggered. I am a Bantu. I am a Hebrew. I am an Israelite. Okay? Okay. So I will end this stream now after the fourth time I'm saying this, and then I will do another one again next week, possibly. Next week, actually, I might do another one in a few days. I really like doing them on Sundays because Sundays is the day that's not as crowded as like during the week. When I come to the cafe during the week, it's usually really crowded and it's very, very noisy. But when I come on Sundays, which is now, this is Sundays, like most people are in church. So it's kind of empty, and I'm able to actually do a video where you can actually hear me. Everybody's not crowding around me, trying to listen, sitting all around me, talking loudly. So it's usually really peaceful on Sunday. So I'll say Sundays will be the day I do my lives. And during the week, I'll do impromptu lives I if I look around and see this kind of empty. I always come to this cafe because I don't have internet at my house. I'm gonna be 100 with you guys. I don't have internet at my house. I have internet on my phone, but I don't have internet on my in my house because that's another bill. Trying to avoid too many bills. Okay, so I come here and use their Wi-Fi. So yeah, but anyway, I will get going now, and I will talk to you again soon. Okay, and I will see you in the next video. Shalom, and see you next video.